For pineapple peel wine or fermented pineapple syrup, we need to thoroughly wash and clean the pineapple peels. I will be using 1 kilogram of pineapple peels. As for the concentrated pineapple flavored syrup from Sunny Boy, I will use 1 bottle. For the pig fish, use 1 kilogram of white sugar like this. Go to the store and clean the pineapple peels and cut them neatly first. We will use 1 liter of water. That's right, the pot is boiling. Pour 1 kilogram of pineapple peels that we have prepared into it now. Friends, pour it in. Now that the sugar has dissolved, we'll lower the heat, everyone. We'll keep the heat low and simmer it for 20 minutes, everyone. Once 20 minutes are up, we'll come back and check on it. At this point, we are boiling to extract as much concentration from the pineapple peels as possible, since we're simmering them for a full 20 minutes. Now, we'll remove the peels and just use the liquid to make the wine. After we've taken out all the pineapple peels, I'll use concentrated pineapple flavored syrup. Boy, we're going to add 1 whole bottle, just pour it all in. Oh, it smells really sweet too. Everyone, this one gives off a nice aroma. The taste and aroma are quite similar to the expensive one, everyone. We're pouring in the concentrated syrup now because I'm going to add 4 liters of drinking water. We have to use only drinking water. Let's pour it in. Pour the water in, everyone, and mix the ingredients together. In the next step, we're going to test the yeast. We're using yeast specifically for making wine, because it produces more alcohol than red yeast. But use whatever is convenient for you. I'm using about 1 teaspoon, pouring it into a bowl with some of the water we set aside, and mixing it together. Stir the mixture until it's well combined, then let the yeast do its work for a bit. While we're waiting, go ahead and pour the water into the fermentation bucket. Now, Aunt Moo has already poured the water into the fermentation bucket. Next, we'll add the yeast. As you can see, our yeast has risen and become nice and frothy like this. Friends, if it looks frothy like this, it means it's ready for fermentation. If the water is clear and there's yeast sediment at the bottom of the cup, it means the yeast is expired or has deteriorated. The water will be clear and won't become frothy or cloudy. But if it rises and turns cloudy and frothy like this, it means the yeast is good quality and ready for fermentation. We can go ahead and pour the yeast into the bucket. Close the lid tightly first, then shake the bucket. After shaking the bucket, loosen the screw cap about halfway like this, so it can move a bit like this. Don't close the lid too tightly, because there will be pressure from inside the bucket, which can cause the bucket to swell or even break. So I'm teaching you to slightly loosen the screw cap, which helps with ventilation. It's better than spending money to buy an airlock. The proper way to make wine is to use an airlock, but I'm teaching you a simple homemade method that's widely used and successful. That's what I'm showing you. Just screw the lid on halfway like this. Also put a sticker on it to label what kind of wine you're fermenting. For example, I write like this: pineapple peel wine fermented with Sunny Boy syrup with pineapple. That way you won't forget what you've made. We'll ferment the pineapple peel wine at room temperature for about 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, we'll check to see how much alcohol we've got and whether we're satisfied with the result. Stay tuned, everyone. Today, Aunt Moo, here's an update on the pineapple peel wine fermented with Sunny Boy syrup and pineapple. This batch has a distinctly strong pineapple aroma. I fermented it for 18 days, and now the fermentation process has stopped. Today, I tasted it, and I'm satisfied with the flavor, so now I'm going to stop the yeast activity. We already separated the solids from the very beginning when we started fermenting, so now we can just pour it into the basin. This one will give you a more intense color because we use this one. Sunny Boy pineapple syrup. Pour it gently. If you pour too quickly, the sediment will get mixed in. We won't pour in the sediment at the bottom of the container like this. If we do, our wine will end up bitter and astringent, everyone. We don't use it, just throw it away. No need to feel bad. I'll show you how to fix the taste of wine that's bitter or astringent by adding white granulated sugar like this. You can add between 30 to 50 grams. We won't add more than that because we don't want the wine to be overly sweet. We just want it to have a subtle, balanced sweetness. If you like it smooth and mellow, go for 50 grams. If you don't like it too sweet and just want to reduce the astringency, you can add 30 grams. Today, I'm adding 30 grams. Now, let's turn on the stove. Today, we will only temper the chocolate at 40 degrees. we use a thermometer, and you'll need someone to help stir because it measures using infrared. If there's no heat coming up, it can't detect the temperature. Right now, Aunt Moo measures it at 41 degrees, so we'll turn off the stove now. Now that we've turned off the stove, Aunt Moo will let the wine rest until it reaches room temperature before pouring it into the fermentation tank. Don't rush to pour the wine into the fermentation tank while it's still warm, because that will cause steam to form. In the long run, during fermentation, this can lead to a white haze and make the wine develop a foul, musty odor. You need to let it cool completely. If you're not sure, you can even let it sit overnight before pouring it into the tank. But in the case that while you're letting the wine rest, you should cover it with something. Don't seal it tightly, just cover it lightly, because insects or crawling animals might sometimes fall into the wine, and if that happens, the whole batch could be ruined. I'll let the wine rest until it reaches room temperature, and then I'll come back to update you on the next step. Now, we've let the pineapple peel wine and pineapple syrup ferment until they're at room temperature. So we'll go ahead and pour them into the fermentation tank. Now we've poured the wine into the fermentation tank. I'm going to teach you how to knock out the yeast in 2 steps by adding a stabilizing agent, also known as potassium metabisulfite. This substance helps preserve the color, aroma, and flavor, preventing our wine from changing any further. When storing wine for a long time, it also helps keep the wine's color clear and beautiful. The chemical KH has a fine granular texture similar to table salt. Anyone who buys a chemical from Pamu will get a spoon like this. We'll use it according to the tips that Pamu teaches. In Pamu's wine recipe, 1 batch is about 5 to 6 liters. We'll use 2 of these spoons. Here, the spoon looks like this. Just add 2 spoons in. Here, 2 spoons. Now, Pamu is comparing between natural fermentation and adding potassium metabisulfite. Just 2 spoons of the blue powder that Pamu adds. Look, friends, after only 7 days, the wine becomes this clear. Don't worry about any residue, friends, because we use a very small amount for about 5 to 6 liters. I only use 2 blue spoons. It's really a very small quantity, friends. But it's extremely beneficial, friends. Its properties are actually quite good. It's an additive that's widely used in the food and beverage industry, friends. So there's no need to worry about it being dangerous. We use it correctly, so you don't have to be afraid of any harm from residue. Just keep it out of reach of children and don't inhale it directly, and that way we'll be safe from chemicals. If you use it properly and correctly, it will be safe. Today, Aunt Moo is going to teach you how to bottle wine by adding potassium sorbate. Potassium sorbate helps inhibit the growth of yeast, whether it's synthetic yeast or natural yeast. During the fermentation process, there are many factors that can cause yeast to become active again, such as residual sweetness in the wine, exposure to air, or air pressure. These can all allow yeast to grow again. Potassium sorbate, friends, comes in stick-like forms, kind of like sugarcane stick. Anyone who bought the supplement from Aunt Moo will get a spoon like this. We're going to add potassium sorbate, friends. Its name isn't always the same, and it doesn't always look the same either. Sorbate, or the preservative, usually comes in pellet or stick form, like sugarcane sticks. For bottles with a volume of 350 to 500 ml, we use 1 blue spoonful like this and put it directly into the bottle. Here it is. We use a very small amount, friends. Just 1 packet. Wow, it lasts forever. Aunt Moo sells it, so if you're interested, you can support her. The supplement is only 50 baht per packet. Once we've added the potassium sorbate, you can go ahead and pour the wine in right away. Whether it's a small bottle or a large one, you can use this method. Just lift it gently and pour it into another container or even another gallon jug. See? The sediment doesn't come up at all. When we pour the wine out, can you see it, friends? The wine is crystal clear. Just close the lid and let it sit at normal room temperature. Leave it for a long time, 7 days. 10 days, the wine will become even clearer. But if you want really high quality, clear wine, just forget about it for a month or 2. Just let it sit on the shelf, line them up, and put a sticker on each one to label what kind of wine it is. Arrange them all at room temperature. You don't need to refrigerate them, see? That way you'll get clear, high quality wine like this. Now today we're going to taste it. Sunny Boy fermented pineapple peel wine. Look at how clear and appetizing this wine is, everyone. Now let's taste it together. Watch closely, everyone. The color looks so inviting. Now Auntie Moo is going to taste it. It smells wonderful. Oh, it's delicious. Friends, the Sunny Boy pineapple syrup is the Sunny Boy syrup pineapple flavor that we added during the wine fermentation. It really helps enhance the quality of the ingredients we use. If you've watched Auntie Moo's video and found it enjoyable or useful for you, please give Auntie Moo a like to show your support and share it widely so that other members can also learn the correct way to make wine. Auntie Boom says goodbye to all her fans, both those living abroad and in Thailand. Please take care of your health, everyone. Auntie Moo cares about you. That's all for this video. Until we meet again. Goodbye. As for the KMS, it dissolves easily. When we add it in, it dissolves right away. This is a chemical, so keep it out of reach of children and do not inhale it directly. After adding the chemical, you can immediately close the lid of the container tightly. After fermenting for 2 nights, check the container. If the fermentation container looks normal, just let it continue fermenting as usual. But if the container is tight or swollen and you can't press it down, just loosen the lid slightly and continue fermenting. The fermentation will take place at room temperature, about 10 days. We'll come back to see how the pineapple peel wine we're fermenting Sunny Boy pineapple turns out. Let's see how beautiful the color is and how much we like the taste. Stay tuned, everyone. Today, Aunt Moo is going to give an update on the pineapple peel wine we're fermenting Sunny Boy pineapple. We're aging it by adding KMS, or stabilizer. Friends, after 7 days, take a look at how clear our wine has become.